All right, I just made something or put something together. I was about to buy a ripper or subsoiler, whatever you want to call it. But then I remember, wait a minute, I got a box blade with 5 scarifiers, which are basically a ripper. So I pulled one out. I got 2 old Harbor Freight hitches, or the shanks, whatever you call them. And I cut the square tubing parts off. I welded them together to give me the length. I cut a rectangle on the top and the bottom, or side and side. This one is on its side. So on the side and the side, I drilled a hole so the pin from the scarifier that holds it in the box blade could slide through. And that's my old John Deere receiver 3-point hitch. And there we go. A ripper. So I could use that to get the potatoes out of the ground. I could use that for ripping stumps, ripping the roots. I've done it before with the box blade. Basically, I raised all the scarifiers on the sides up and dropped the middle one as low as it would go. And I'll pull stumps with that thing. Basically, you go nice and easy and you tear at the roots and work your way in. Then you could just rip the stump out. So here we go again. Just threw this thing together. I'm about to give it a little test, see how it works. I got an old stump down there that's been giving me heck. But the phony welder right there has basically paid for itself a few times over. But let's throw this thing on the, shoot, I could throw it on the, nah, I'm gonna throw it on the Yanmar because I needed the traction. Those turf tires, they're good, but once they break free, they just spin. These will dig and fight for traction. So let's get that on that and test that out. Well, I'll say this much, it dang sure looks the part. It looks the part, so let's go test it out. That's the stump right there. You can see where I was trying to burn it out. I even tried to dig it out with the front end loader and that didn't work. So let's try out the DIY ripper. Well, so far it seems to be working. Look at the length of that taproot. It goes from there all the way down. Hold it right on out. I went ahead and pulled this one out also because the loader, you can see where I was trying to dig it out with the loader and it wasn't working, but the little ripper thing I just made pulled it right on out to the taproot, to the long roots there. You just gotta work your way around it, some shallow poles, and you'll tear the roots as much as you can. Then you start trying to hook it, and then you go forward easy, lifting up, and just rip it out onto the ground. I'm gonna see if I can get that one out too. That's a bigger one. I used the loader to push it over a few times. You can see where it was ripping around it, pulling the, tearing the roots. And that's a freaking pine tree.